Hi everyone. Our next assignment is special features. Go ahead and open that Word document. Enable the editing. And this assignment is just exploring what we can do with Word. So I'm going to close out the navigation window because it just takes up space. I'm going to go back just a moment to share with you about that in case you actually lose the ribbon. If you click the ribbon display options and accidentally click auto hide ribbon, you lose it temporarily. These three little dots bring it back, but it's only temporary. You have to actually click the box over here in the top right and then choose show tabs. That just shows the tabs. We don't have the ribbon yet. Again, you click the ribbon display options and it's this one, show tabs and commands. That way you always have the ribbon displayed. And just another thing I wanted to share with you, if you were to scroll down between the two pages, this indicates page 1, there's a break in the area, and then page 2. If you ever accidentally click here, it's called double click to hide the white space. What it does is it brings them closer together and you just have a separation with the line here between the pages. I prefer to have the actual break between. So that's the hide white space. If you accidentally did it, double click to get it back. So at the beginning of the document, we're going to work with mostly the font style in the Home tab. So make sure you're on the Home tab. And again, I'm using the selection area to select all of the text that I'm going to be working with, one line at a time. So did you ever actually type something that you thought you put cap lock on and then you look at the title and it's all in lowercase? Don't type it over. Just select the text. And there's a feature called Change Case. And I'll choose uppercase, and it's all in uppercase. Select the next line, just click, pointing at it. This one I want to capitalize each word, so if I go to change case, I could go to, I'm in lowercase, uppercase, sentence case, meaning just the first word, toggle, which is to reverse everything, but I'm going to choose capitalize each word. There you go, save yourself some time. This feature is called Small Caps Preview, so select this line. And it is not an option in the font group, it's an additional option in the font dialog box launcher. And everything that you see in here is actually from the font group. The font type, the style, bold or italic, the size, the font color, underline. We have some of these that are in here, strike through. We'll get into that superscript and subscript. Here's a preview of the words that I have selected. And I'm going to click small caps, and what that does is it keeps everything in capitalized letters, but the first one that is already capitalized is a little bit larger. So you can see that it's a little bit larger than the rest of them, and that's small caps preview. On the next line it looks like 42, but I actually want it 4 to the power of 2, 4 squared. So select just the 2, and then up in the font group select superscript. And then H2O, select just the 2, and you want subscript. So if you're actually typing more and you are still in superscript, you could select the word and then take it off. See how it's grayed so it shows that it's on? You could take it off. I'm just going to delete it. So that is superscript and subscript. Go ahead and select strike through, and there is a feature in the font group called strike through where it puts a line through it. So what happens with strike through is at least the word is still there in case you wanted, if you deleted it you wouldn't know what the word was, but if you have it a strike through, at least you have the word still there. So there is a double strike through if you were to select that, and again it's not in the font group. You'd have to go to the more dialog box launcher and there's double strike through. There's your preview and OK. Bold text, again you could use the mini toolbar or you could go up to the ribbon or you could do Control B. Italic, same thing. The next one is highlight text. Just like you were highlighting in a textbook, select the line. The default is bright yellow. Go ahead and click that and it puts it in yellow. If I were to select the next line and want a different color, always when there's a down arrow, that usually means more options. So I'll click the down arrow and pick a different color. Next is shade text. So if I select just the two words without that extra space at the end, just the two words, and I click the tipped over paint bucket arrow, I can choose any color I want. Now if I do it this time and select that empty space after, when I pick either the same color or a different color, the difference is it shades the whole line, not just the text. So shade text and shade the full line. Going down to the next page, select Underline Text Plain. When you select it, there's Underline, just a simple underline. This one we're going to get fancier. So if you select Underline, up in the toolbar, the ribbon, you have a line, and again the line pointing, the arrow pointing down means more options. There's the shortcut, Control U. So I could choose different variations of a underline. I could go back to that and choose more underlines if I wanted to see what else is available. And then I can choose a color of the underline. And there's my sample in the window here. So if I want to change the style of the underline or dots, anything you'd like. I think there was a wavy one too. Yeah, anything you'd like. And when you're happy with the results, okay. So we went from plain to a wavy and different color. Select text effects, and in this one it's in the font group. It's called text effects and typography, and you can looks almost like stenciling, but you can select anything you'd like. Word art, similar to text effects, but you can do a little more with it. Select word art and then choose insert, and you're going to choose word art. And again, it's similar to what we just did. So go ahead and select anything you'd like. And it changes it into a, the difference here is this is not a box where this is now an object, a box. This one wasn't. But what you can do now with the word art is you can change the fill color if you want a different color inside, and the outline, a darker color. You can, so again, that's the fill. So if you wanted the fill blue, and the outline red, your choice. My favorite feature here is called text effects. So you could put a shadow on it, so it has like a shadowy effect. To me it almost looks blurry, the shadow effect, but you could choose a shadow effect. There's a reflection, so it has like a reflection to it. And they have them either to the left or the right. Or a glow, if you wanted a glow around it. And you can pick something if you want. Beveled, and this puts it more of a box shape around it. And there's the 3D effect. I'm going to skip that one. My favorite is called transform, and that's where you could get the word art, the true word art effect. And you can pick anything you like. I like this one here. And let me just move down so you can see the name of it. If you hover over it, it's called Double Wave 1, and I'll choose Double Wave 2. So that's word art, and you can make it bigger if you wanted. The next feature is called the thesaurus. So if I double click improve, it selects the word improve, and if I've used improve several times within a report and I want something different but I can't think of anything, if you click review and then choose thesaurus, you'll get over on the right hand side a window pane that shows the word that you just looked up, improve, and then different words that have the same meaning, and you can scroll down. If you were to choose maybe advance, what happens is it's not going to go into where improve is, it just looks up that word, advance. So if you go back and then you choose expand, it looks up that word. But if you actually want advance, come over to the arrow and then click insert. So you don't even have to have the word selected. If you wanted to type the word excellent and look for another word that has the same meaning, and then you can use it here. You don't even have to have a word selected here. You can use this on your own. So I'm going to close out of here. Special symbols and characters. If you click insert, there is a feature called symbol, and there's a few that show up, the standard symbols, but if you choose more, you have variations. I was in Wingdings. Wingdings 3 are just arrows, a whole bunch of different arrows to different directions. Wingdings too are mostly shapes, sometimes clocks and boxes with X's in them. The other one that's popular is wingdings. And again, it's similar to, has a lot of pictures in it. The one that's very common is webdings, so all pictures. And those, we'll get into this later on. But if I were to go into symbol, so if I went all the way up to symbol, I could have more variations. And then if I click down, you have just different shapes here. So where I'm going to go now is to Times New Roman. My favorite font, Times New Roman, and if I scroll down here, I'll find the letters that have accents. My first name is spelled with an accent on the E, so I could include that as insert and then close out of here. So I could actually type my name with the accent on it. Back in symbols, if you went into more symbols, if you wanted maybe the copyright or the trademark symbol, if you click special characters, you could get the copyright symbol and insert it, or the M dash, or the registered, trademark. You can't see it, but it's behind this box. I'll just move over. There they all are. So I'll close out of there. So those are our or you could go to insert symbol and either pick by character or by special. Next is shapes and smart art and borders. So on this one, I'm going to go to the end of page color because I need this. I'm right now at the bottom of page 2, and I'm just going to press enter so a couple times so I'm on a new page. So I'm on page 3, and then in the same insert tab, I'm going to choose shapes. And I'm going to select a smiley face. So what happens is my mouse now changes to, they call it crosshair, and I'm just going to hold and drag. Now whatever shape I pick, they're all blue. That's the default. I'm of course going to change the shape fill to yellow. And if I want the outline a darker color, I could choose the outline a darker color. I could have the outline weight darker, heavier. I could have the outline in maybe dashes or dots, whatever I wanted. And within the shape itself, I could actually type text. And I can't see it because it's white, so I'm just going to change the font to a different color. There we go, Springfield College. So if I went into insert shape again, and again, like I said, if I pick a different shape, I'll choose the heart. Everything is blue. It's up to you to change the color of it. And again, you could do the effects where you get that shadowy effect. So you can share with it whatever you'd like. Insert another shape if you'd like. I like down at the bottom they have stars and banners. They're pretty cool. Everything, like I said, is in blue. You could also type in this again. And let's see what else. So make sure before you, I just was in this one, and if I went to insert shape, I would lose, then whatever shape I pick now would replace this one. So make sure you always click away from it so you wouldn't lose it. So the other thing is right next door, it's called Smart Art. So go ahead and click Smart Art. And there's the all, and you could look at different lists or the process where they have arrows, the cycle system if you wanted to do something that had a cycle. This is a very popular one. It's the gear. When you select it, you get a little preview over here on the right-hand side of what this shape is, and then when would you use a gear, which is interlocking ideas. So when would you use that? Or how about a basic cycle? When would you use that? Hierarchies, pyramids. So whatever you wanted, I'm going to choose a pyramid. And it's a basic pyramid, and click OK. And I'm going to type English. And the next one, math. And then science. And it's in the way right now. I'm just going to, whenever you want to move something, you have to make sure that you have the 4 arrows. And it's not going to let me move until I click this little button here, which is called Layout Options, and I'm going to choose in front of text so I can drag it just below so I can see it. Again, that you need those 4 arrows to move it. So when I choose the triangle, again, everything's in blue. I'm going to change the color, maybe multicolor, whatever you'd like. And what's nice about it has sharp